What's up, guys, and welcome back to Quirky Deck Tech. I have some news before we get into this episode. I am officially changing the schedule for the series. This series is going to start happening every Monday. But let's get into the deck. For today's episode, we have PredaPLANT Plant Link. Plant Link, otherwise known as Rikas and Avalon, is a combo deck that relies on using the Sunseed engine to start combos and using the Rika engine to extend combos and act as interruption in the grind game. But with the new aroma support from Phantom Nightmare and just overall, like after the aroma support from Phantom Nightmare, I decided, what if this deck could use Super Poly? That's why I added the PredaPLANT engine in, because most of these cards are generic for plants, so you could get the PredaPLANT engine from basically any point in the combo. So, let's go into card by card. For the Aroma monsters, we have 1 Jasmine, free draw and free extra normal, 2 Laurel, really great specifically because when it's sent to grave, you get 500 life points, which sets off all of your Aroma effects. Then you have 3 Rosalina, literally circular, I do not need to mention anymore. Then we have 2 Lone Fire, just to get into anything if you can normal it. Then, for the PredaPLANT regular monsters, we have 2 Biblisps. Biblisp, when it's sent to grave, you can add a PredaPLANT from deck to hand, which is crazy, and it can bring itself back from grave. We have 1 Chlamydo Sundew, which is just a Super Poly, basically. And then 1 each of Darlingtonia Cobra and Orphis Scorpio, just because Orphis Scorpio is kind of a... no, not Orphis Scorpio. Darlingtonia Cobra is kind of a brick, but Orphis Scorpio you can get out from deck to bring out Darlingtonia Cobra for a free PredaPLANT fusion. For the Rika monsters, we have 1 Primula, just a good extender. It's a free body. 1 Rika Princess, just as some interruption. Great card. Recurable interruption, amazing. And 1 Snowdrop the Rika Fairy. It's a weird inclusion, but you'll see why I included it later. But for now, we have for the Sunseed monsters, we have 1 Twin, which is where you're gonna get off of Sowing, and 3 Loci. This card is literally like a +7. It's crazy. Now for the Pendulum PredaPLANT monsters, we have 2 Bufolicula. Just great card. Gives you a free fusion summon. And when it's used as fusion material, you can add a PredaPLANT monster from your graveyard to your hand, which is great, or your extra deck. And Trientis. This is why I'm running Snowdrop, because Rika Glamour lets you tribute a monster to add both a Rika monster and a plant monster that shares its level, aka Snowdrop, level 8, and Trientis, level 8, which is crazy. Then for the spells, we have 1 Aroma Blend. You're going to get this off of Aroma Lilith Rosemary. 1 Polymerization. You're going to get this off of Darlingtonia Cobra. 3 Rika Glamour, just to search up any of the Rika monsters. 2 Sunvine Sowing. I run 2 specifically because if I open 1, I am still able to search the second one off of Dryas, just to continue the combo. 1 Super Poly, just another search target for Darlingtonia Cobra, just in case you open the Poly. 3 Unexpected Dive, just as extra loci. 1 each of Blessed Winds and Humid Winds, just really good grind game pieces for the Aroma engine. And for going second cards, we have 2 Evenly and 2 Imper. Now for the extra. We have 1 PredaPLANT, not pronouncing that at all. When it's fusion summoned, you can add a PredaPLANT monster from deck, graveyard, or face-up extra deck to your hand, or a Predop spell, but we're not running that, which is amazing, and it can tribute a monster with a Predator counter, which Trientis can do if it's used as fusion material. Great going second play right there. 1 Chimera Flesia, which is just a banish for anything level 7 or lower, including anything with a Predator counter, because anything with a Predator counter is treated as level 1. 1 Dracostapelia, because it negates anything with a Predator counter on it, and it has a quick effect once per turn Predator counter plays, which is amazing. And 1 Trifio Vertum, because it's an amazing OTK tool, because it gains attack equal to all the original attack of all other monsters on the field with predator counters, which is great. Now we have Aromaseraphie Sweet Marjoram. This is because Aroma Lilith Rosalina is a tuner. So what you could do is, if you summon PredaPLANT Ambulomeladis, and you still have Aroma Lilith Rosalina on the field, you can make this to search the other continuous trap, other than the one that you grab off of Aroma Blend. Then we have one Aroma Lilith Rosemary. You're going to use this to grab Aroma Blend to grab one of the two continuous traps. 2 Aromaseraphie Jasmine. This card is absolutely disgusting because it grabs literally anything in the entrant for a tribute. And if you have Primula, that's basically a +1 because the tribute brings out Primula and the special summon from deck. And then we have 2 Sunavalon Daphne. This is just because of grind game. You could make this to tribute a monster, then target 2 plant link monsters. I would specifically say Dryas Healer. Then we have 2 Dryads because it's just a link 2, I would say. Then we have 1 Dryas. This is a main combo piece. It's amazing. Then we have Melios. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really know why I have this. It's an extra body because it can bring out Loci from grave, but it's pretty good. And then we have 1 healer as the target for Dryas or Dryads. Just good card. Now, that's enough with the deck profile. Let's go into the combos. What's up, guys? Right now we're gonna look at the basic 1-card combo for this deck. But a quick disclaimer before we do that, this deck is hard. And I probably haven't labbed it enough to get the perfect 1-card combo. So if you guys lab something better, be sure to tell me in the comments. But let's get into it. So to start, we're going to activate Unexpected Die to special summon from our deck Sunseed Genus Loci, whatever you want to call it. Then, you're going to link that off for Sunavalon Dryas. Activate Sunavalon Dryas' effect to grab a Sunvine Sowing. Then activate Sunvine Sowing, special summoning from deck, Sunseed Twin, and taking 1,000 damage. Then, since you took effect damage, you gain that much life points from Dryas, and summon from deck a Sunvine Healer. Then, Sunseed Twin on summon brings back Loci, and Sunvine Healer gives you an extra 300 life points by targeting Sunavalon Dryas. Now from here, I like to link off the Dryas and the Healer to make Aromaseraphie Jasmine, then use its effect, tribute the Loci, and special summon from deck, and Aroma Lilith Rosemary. Since Aroma Lilith Rosemary was normal or specialed, you can special summon a non-tuner Aroma monster. I like to grab Laurel. Then, link off the Laurel and the Aromaseraphie Jasmine to grab Aroma Lilith Rosemary. Then, Aromage Laurel activates, and Aroma Lilith Rosemary activates, gaining you 500 life points, and Aroma Blend. So, you do need an extra card for this, but you're obviously going to have one. It's not a true 1-card combo. I'm just going to grab another Loci to show you guys. So, you're going to activate Aroma Blend, discard Loci, and place in the Spell and Trap Zone a Humid Winds. Now, you're going to activate Humid Winds, pay 1,000, and grab a Aromaseraphie, Aromage Jasmine. Then, you're going to activate its effect since you have less life points than your opponent. Gain 500. Then, since you gained life points, you activate Aroma Lilith Rosemary. special summoning the Jasmine. Now, from here, you could basically do anything you want. You could even pass if you'd like. But from here, you have A, an extra search, B, draw one from the Jasmine because of the gained life points from Humid Winds when you activate it, C, a special summon because you gained life points from the search card from Humid Winds and because you gained life points from Humid Winds, and D, a banish because of Aroma Lilith Rosemary by tributing one of the monsters it points to. And for follow-up, or if you have an extra, like, starters or extenders in hand, you get an extra normal because of Aromage Jasmine, and because this combo started with Unexpected Die, you still have your normal. So you have 2 normals after this combo. So, yeah. Now let's get into the pros and cons. Alright guys, now it's time for the pros and cons. Let's start with the pros. Number 1. This deck has a 1-card starter that you are essentially running 8 of, that when you can get it on the field and it resolves, you can get like a plus 10. Just straight up a plus 10, which is disgusting off of a 1-card starter. Number 2. This deck is running insane amounts of extenders. Cards like PredaPLANT Bliblisp, Aroma Lilith Rosalina, Lone Fire Blossom, PredaPLANT Buffalicula, and Triantis. The Rickas, they're all extenders, and they're all extra bodies that allow you to go even higher in the link spam and just the overall amount of stuff you can do. And 3. The deck has an amazing grind game with the Aroma engine, with the continuous traps acting as continuous life gain, which allow you to continuously activate the effects of Jasmine, Rosemary, other Jasmine, Laurel, I guess. Just like a ton of stuff, right? Now time for the cons. Number 1. This deck is plant locked, so a lot of the boss monsters that you could normally summon because of the fact that you have so many monsters on field, stuff like Apo, the Access Code OTK line, they just don't work. Number 2. While this deck has an amazing grind game, it does kind of rely on your opponent being Dark Attribute because of the fact that our main, like, our only Super Poly targets, Triflevertum and Dracostapelia, are reliant on them being dark, which is eh. And number 3. If Dryas gets negated, you're fucked. Well, that's the deck. So, try out the list and tell me what you think. Bye.